Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex and today we're taking my weekly look at deals across the eShops covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Now as always, this edition is any price goes, so if you do want the cheaper side of things, check out Thursday's under $10 edition if you're looking for, more those budget options. Without though luck, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family and let's get started. So before we do kick this off, as always throughout the video today, I have two winners to announce for two $10 eShop gift cards, and then of course two more to give away. Now to enter, the usual, drop a comment down below and those winners they'll be announced in next week's video. Then though, I also have a winner to announce for the last stop code thanks to the team over at Annapurna Interactive. Finally this week, I will say I like these deals a lot. I have 13 games for you all, and every single one of them it's at a new all-time low price that we have not seen before, and that makes for the best type of week. Blue Fire then to kick us off, and I think this has been one of my favourite games so far of 2021. It's often compared to Hollow Knight. I think that comparison is more than fair if Hollow Knight of course went 3D. The idea here though, think combat, some seriously impressive platforming, and then just a whole lot of exploration. It's a game though that kind of leans into its progression as you become more skilled, you add more upgrades, and that progression here, it just feels awesome as you explore what is a perished world, uncovering its secrets, and what was once very challenging becomes really simple. 40% off though, it is more than worth it. So West of Dead then is for the roguelike fans out there. Here we find ourselves in Purgatory as Deadman William Mason, and it's essentially a twin stick shooter with cover mechanics and of course a whole lot of death and trying again. The cover mechanics, they can take a little while to master honestly, but this whole package is just elevated by the incredible art design, the incredible soundtrack as well, and then the fact our Ghost Rider looking lead is voiced by the legend that is Ron Perlman. And yeah, look, I loved it and I like it even more with 40% off. One warning though with this one, I will say I've heard a few people encountered some bugs, but it was fine for me, and I'll link my full review of this and any other games that I covered from today's list in the pinned comment down below. RPG fans, Trails of Cold Steel 3 is a masterpiece. It was actually my starting point with the Legend of Heroes series, and while no doubt there were moments that I missed, I still managed just to find enough here that hooked me. In fact, I liked it so much I went back and played the first and the second entry on the PS4 before facing the fourth entry on the Switch. The story here, it's around Reen Schwarzer, though a war hero you are now leading at an academy, but war is looming and it's like an epically sized JRPG, basically turn-based combat and all. It's finally then got a steeper discount here with 50% off. So I'm doing my personal pickups of the week then earlier than usual because NIS America, they have not brought their deals to those in the UK, EU and Australia, but I'm going to be grabbing one from them, which is Poison Control. Now reviews, they seem just okay on this one I would say, but 25% off, that was enough to tempt me in as it started at AA pricing anyways. My understanding though here, it's an action RPG with a focus on running and gunning, and it predominantly then focuses on Poisonette and her soulmate purifying spirits and fighting their way to heaven. It sounds completely out there, but I've wanted to take a look at it for a while, and I will actually report back on this one in next week's deals video as that sale will still be active. I'm also grabbing another game as well then, Trigger Witch. This is a launch discount, so a small 10% off, but I'm hearing a lot of good things about it, and it's kind of retro pixel top-down adventure, but it's got this ultra-violent spin. It seems all about, magic and firearms, because of course this will also then be on a sale next week as well. So same thing, I'll be reporting back with impressions and I'll let you know if I regret dropping the cash. I do think with this one though, it's really a pretty safe bet. So our first winner of the week then, and this is for the digital copy of The Last Stop, and it's going to Jelvin, who shouted out Grindstone, and I think everyone at this point knows how much I do like that one, but congrats Jelvin, drop me an email to claim that code, and everyone else, we still have two winners coming up later in the video for the two $10 eShop gift cards. 2 Point Hospital Jumbo Edition then is a game that had a free trial in some regions this week, and coinciding with that we get a 30% discount on this expanded edition. It's packing in 2 additional DLCs for premium expansions, item packs, new locations, just a ton of content basically. And if like me you grew up on titles think like Roller Coaster Tycoon or the clear influence that is Theme Hospital, this is a must buy as you set out to build your hospital and cure all sorts of weird and wonderful illnesses, just of course make sure your cash flow is still good. This is a game that you could easily get hundreds of hours out of. It has a fantastic sense of humour, and yeah, just here the addiction is real. So a couple of weird ones then now I want to talk to. It seems that Cozy Grove, the team behind it, are being pretty sneaky, and I absolutely love it, and fair play to them. We all know navigating the eShop can be painful, so they are back again, and it's advertising a new low price, which confused me because it's still 10% off, so how can this be? We've seen that price now 4 or 5 times. Well, on some digging, it turns out they are dropping it by like 1 cent every sale, or 1p, or your equivalent, meaning it flags on tons of websites. People are sharing it out on Twitter, and I gotta say again, like, fair play, that is some business thinking right there. I probably wouldn't be so kind about it, but it's a good game too. Part Animal Crossing, part chill, as you kind of console ghosts on this island that you call home. You're basically a scout in this world, and yeah, a 40+ hour campaign designed to be played in 1 hour chunks daily. This is probably the smallest, newest low price I've ever seen, and absolute respect. Then Star Renegades, it is a great game, but the Switch version has its issues, and I've seen a few questions around it. Like, it's rocking 40% off, that is a decent drop for sure, but just know at launch it was plagued with bugs, constant crashes, which is a real problem in a game that's a roguelite, and it basically kicks you back to the start. It also has text issues as well in handheld. That said though, like, it's also very easy to see the good in this one, and it's actually been patched since launch, and while I've still had a couple of crashes myself since then, it's a lot more stable than it once was. And look, if you're looking for that next kind of roguelite, I guess, and you're running out of options at this point, I still enjoyed its sci-fi world and turn-based combat. I'm just not sure if I had another option, if Switch would be my go-to as like that first option. Our next winner then for the first $10 eShop gift card, it's going to Aris, who didn't grab anything last week in the sale but was picking up the new Samurai Warriors, and that game is awesome. I finished it up earlier in the week. I had an absolute blast with it. Congrats to Aris, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, we still have that final winner coming up later in the video. Talking the more strategic then, Ancestor's Legacy is a real-time strategy entry on the Switch, and I was really impressed with this one. The genre just doesn't really work on consoles typically. Sure though, look, it's a little rough around the edges, like the lack of animations on some units, their legs literally don't move, but clearly these were just compromises to get this large-scale warfare in the palm of our hands, and I was fine with them because the core gameplay itself is solid, it's challenging, the controls really well optimized for controller, and yeah, I just like this setting of kind of multiple warring nations to lead. It's good stuff if you want some kind of medieval style war. It's also 60% off, and it's a good 20ish hour playthrough as well, so you're getting a decent chunk of game for your cash. These next 3 then I'm going to quick fire because you need to be quick on them. They expire in the next couple of days at time of recording. First though, Warhammer 40,000, the Mechanicus, small scale turn-based strategy in the 40k universe. My favourite Warhammer game on the Switch. It combines small scale combat with a ton of squad management, upgrades, perks, and then almost think D&D style dungeon crawling. 60% off though, that is a steep drop as well, and it's another one with a huge amount of gameplay. Then Persona 5 Strikers, we've seen it cheaper physically but not digitally, and it's a quality game. My favourite use so far of the Warriors idea, because it completely leans into still what it means to be a Persona game, meaning just tons of story, exploration, and then it actually restricts the combat to not the usual kind of, you know, constant all-out war, but rather it uses encounters like a traditional RPG in the dungeons, and it'll throw you into kind of think like an arena. Huge game as well though, does the name absolute justice. My full review, like a fair few games from today's list, also down below. If you are in the UK, EU and Australia as well, you don't need to jump on this one quite as quickly. It's actually available for you until the 8th of August. The final soon to expire deal and our penultimate game of this video, Trine Ultimate Collection. Fantastic games, always on sale individually, and this collection as well. Always that same discount though, which they are no question worth, but finally we see a new drop taking it sub $10 for the first ever time with a huge 80% off. This one, it's bundling together all 4 entries in the series following this kind of weird band of heroes, and yeah, later entries not the strongest honestly, but its particular brand of action, puzzle, platforming and physics, it's one of the best out there, and I strongly recommend you jump on this one before it's gone if you don't own it already. Combined as well, I'd say this is at least 30 hours of gameplay. So before our final game of the week, then our final winner of the week, and it's going to David, who weren't sure on Ni no Kuni because maybe it's going to be too easy. It's not a difficult game, honestly, but few can match the storytelling or art thanks to Studio Ghibli, so I don't think you'll regret your time with it. You can easily as well get like a ton of gameplay out of it. Congrats to David, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance to win in next week's video. So our final game of the week then, that is Kingdom of Amalur Re-Reckoning. It's here with 25% off. We've seen lower physically, but not by too much. It's a classic action RPG, though a huge one at that as well, and it's another one with an in-depth review from me below, but generally I enjoyed it. It is for sure no question showing its age, but otherwise I love the world, I love the adventure, the story's great, it's kind of set all around resurrection, and yeah, I think if you want some good old like hack and slash action with the depth of an RPG world, this is absolutely one that should be on your list. And that is another week down. Will you be grabbing anything from this week's sale, or are you holding onto that cash? With that then, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.